Let's be honest with each other. If you're invisible, you're not making an impact. And if all you offer is comfort, you're forgettable. Comfort is what she expects from boys. Presence is what she remembers from men. If you can't walk into a room and shift the energy, if you can't carry a quiet kind of presence, you'll always feel like you're orbiting around the people you secretly fear. Here's what real power teaches you. Your inner world shapes your outer reality. And the man who has control over his own state of being doesn't need to chase anything. He draws it in, not with a forced bravado, not with fake charm, but with certainty, with restraint, with deep focus. Because it's better to be respected than merely liked. A fleeting affection can be easily thrown around. But respect, real respect, that's something you earn. That's something you build. Confidence isn't loud. It's a deliberate stillness. It's eye contact that holds. It's a silence that demands attention. It's not rushing to explain. It's knowing you don't need to. A man with a strong foundation isn't here to win approval. He's here to protect his values. He doesn't chase, he moves forward. He doesn't try to charm. He invites genuine connection. Because people don't become fascinated with what they can fully figure out. They're intrigued by what they can't immediately define. Say it again. What's authentic and grounded becomes unforgettable. Yes, appearances matter. That's just reality. You're judged before you're heard. And if you carry yourself like you're waiting to be invited to her table, you've already lowered your own standing. Your integrity isn't enough on its own. Your presence must speak before your words do. You could be the most loyal man alive, but if your energy screams insecurity, she'll lose respect. Not because she's cruel, but because strength of character is what draws respect. Confidence is not a gift you're born with. It's a discipline. You build it, you maintain it, like a suit of armor. You walk like a man who has nothing to prove and a great deal to protect. Because the moment your self-worth becomes dependent on how she reacts, you've already lost your center. A grounded man isn't cold. He is composed. He responds slowly, speaks with clarity. He holds his ground, even when the world around him shifts. She flirts, he stays centered, he remains respectful. She tests, he doesn't fold. He maintains his boundary with grace. She withdraws, he doesn't beg, he simply continues his path with dignity. Not out of pride, out of a deep sense of principle. Because his life is not a stage for attention, it's a mission, and not everyone gets access to it. Weak men wait for validation. Strong men set the tone. They move with precision. They wake up with a clear intent. They walk in a quiet resolve, and the room adjusts. Unshakable presence isn't about being above anyone. It's about being unshakable in your own truth. Not arrogant, not reactive, not desperate, but deliberate, decisive, directed. It's built on alignment with your purpose, your values, and your vision for your life. Let's be blunt. You can be charming, intelligent, and successful. But if you project, please like me, you're forgettable. She doesn't want submission. She wants a partner who offers structure and stability. She wants to know where the line is. Only a man with self-respect will draw that line and hold it. And that doesn't come from pretending. It comes from building. Building when no one is watching. Building when it's hard. Building when you feel unseen. It shows in how you guard your time, in how you choose your words, in how you elevate your mission above distraction. That's the fundamental shift. You weren't born desperate for validation. You were conditioned to be, conditioned to over-explain, conditioned to soften your edges, conditioned to offer yourself before earning trust and loyalty in return. But hear this truth. A woman cannot build a life with a man she can control. If her silence causes you to lose your composure, if her criticism unbalances you, if her approval defines your sense of worth, then you're not leading your life, you're reacting to hers. And reaction is a sign of an uncentered life. A healthy relationship will have moments of tension. She may push to test boundaries. She may withdraw to feel your depth. She may provoke to see if you're real or just a performance. Most men crack, but not you, not anymore. From now on, your emotional composure is your responsibility. It is not on display for approval. It is not bait for attention. It is not a tool for validation. When you're praised, you remain calm and grateful. When you're insulted, you remain still and composed. When you're ignored, you remain focused on your path. You don't lash out. you don't need to over-explain yourself. You withdraw with dignity, knowing your presence speaks for itself, because real strength doesn't announce itself. It simply moves, and the world adjusts to its presence. Let her feel your presence through your consistent actions, not as a power play, but as a natural consequence of your focus. The absence of a principled man hits harder than any word when someone has taken him for granted. Want her to desire your partnership? Stop trying to be liked. Start becoming a man of substance she can't easily categorize. Speak less. Observe more. Stand firm in your convictions. Radiate purpose. And when you speak, make it count. No nervous jokes. No vague suggestions. No asking for permission to be who you are. Just grounded clarity. Direct. Precise. Final. When she looks at you, let her feel this truth. You were already whole before she walked in. And if she fits your life and your vision, that is a blessing. If not, you continue your path with grace. That's what separates you. The second you stop performing for approval, you start living with a gravitational pull. You stop chasing. You stop over-explaining. You stop bending your core beliefs. And your presence tells her, you are welcome here as a partner, but this journey doesn't need you to survive. That's the paradox. She doesn't want to be your everything. She wants to earn a place in a life that moves with or without her, a life of purpose and direction. So here is your next step. Build your path. Strengthen your core. Refine your mission. And when someone shows up, you don't change your direction for them. You invite them to join. You evaluate their fit. You decide together. Because the man who can't be shaken by beauty, distracted by silence, or manipulated by affection, that man is truly unforgettable. So I'll leave you with this. Stop trying to be the man who wins her approval. Start being the man who never needed it to begin with. That's unshakable presence. And that's your new standard.